was 2005 and I was undertaking my first ever four-wheel drive trip. Museums are not usually my favourite pastime. I mean, once you've seen one or four, they start to look the same. But this was Darwin and was the first point of contact by the Japanese in World War II. And so I had a look at an aviation museum, a military museum, an old jail, an underground oil tanks, and an old hangar with a big surprise for car enthusiasts inside. Let's go.
Righto, this is Darwin's Aviation Museum. And you don't have a bo peep inside. Museums as a whole generally don't do a lot for me these days, because generally much of the muchness, the same sort of thing. Car museums are different, truck museums, quite often train museums. This one will be very different, I would imagine, because of the, firstly, its aircraft, and secondly, because Darwin was the first strike point during the war, and a lot of what happened in this area kept Australia out of the hands of the Japanese. Well, this is a Westland Wessex MK-31B helicopter. Lost light aircraft, air buggy. The other one's Sabre fighter. That's a Hovey Delta ultralight. This little ultralight was made in 1975 in Sydney. It's powered by a lawnmower engine, would you believe? Flying in the territory for about 20 hours, but was found that it wasn't suitable for flying in tropical conditions, so it's withdrawn. This is the remains of a Wirraway trainer. This is the wing of a Kitty Hawk fighter that was actually sliced off by another Kitty Hawk fighter, would you believe, during manoeuvres. Our base recovered from an aircraft shot down to Kitty Hawk. Lieutenant Perez was the pilot. Before we had terminals that you walked straight out of the terminal to the plane, used to drive those out and used to climb on the plane with one of them. This is the remains of a Mitsubishi Type O aircraft which crashed with engine problems. It actually took part in the original bombing of Darwin as well. This is the nose cone of a Japanese Mitsubishi Dyna aircraft which was shot down over Fenton Airfield. This is a North American B-25D Mitchell. This aircraft is currently under reconstruction. This is a Link trainer. It's what the pilots used in 1953 to provide initial blind flying training. Because nothing was transistorised back in those days, so the heat from the radio gear was very great, requiring air conditioning. I'm assuming from the lack of information we were actually a flight control desk or a flight control centre. And this strange thing here, believe it or not, is a brake chute on a B-52 bomber. Meanwhile, back to a Mitchell bomber reconstruction. Obviously, the bomb heads. Collection of radios over the last 60 or 70 years. Here we have a cabinet full of bits and pieces that have been recovered from downed aircraft on both sides. There's a wing assembly. The turret gunner didn't have a lot of room to work it. I mean, there's his feet in there. This Liberator landed too hard on the airstrip, and as a result of the landing was put into a graveyard. However, the nose cone of the plane was converted into this. Would you believe? A caravan. It's towed around the Northern Territory by a 4x4 Land Rover, and it could handle anything that was thrown at it. Spitfire named the Grey Nurse. It's a little kit plane called the Long Easy. Series of motors. Engines, turbos, and this little bloke here. This was a boomerang fighter Inceptor. Australian Customs Service, it's a Coast Watch plane. Well, this is a Mitsubishi, a little different to the planes that bombed Darwin during the war. Now purchased for commercial use in Australia. Now, I was seeing all of this inside this hangar. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to get it all in. There's this B-52 bomber. And it sits here. Everything you've been looking at is underneath it. It's huge. And the wings start there, go out well and truly over this helicopter, well and truly over the reception area, over this other plane, and look, they're still going out there. Huge plane. I can imagine. I'll stick my hand up looking up inside this thing. I can't imagine how big it is in there. Sitting back towards the tail end of the plane. These little wheels will stand about 4 foot tall, and just inside the wheel well, so here, it's absolutely huge. This is inside. Well, obviously must be the bomb bay because the bottom doors are dropped down. Again, huge. This is the workshop. This is where it all happened. Gauges. Pilot, show pilot. I'm standing right beside the cockpit. It goes all the way out there, and that's using a wide angle. Huge machine. It really is a very nice display. Obviously got this thing in here and then built the hangar around it. I would have to, but all the wings keep going. Over in the corner all on its own, Bruce just will tie them off. This is going to be an interesting place in a few years' time. Still the stuff I haven't seen. Bell Huey copper. Built about 1971. United States Air Force. Fanny Bay Gaol, of course. Nice soft seats for the pilot of these things. Inside the Wessex helicopter. This was a troop carrying machine. Well, that's this Naomi Johnson, I think it is, Australian Heritage Aviation Museum in Darwin.
There it goes up.
This is the site of the first Australian early warning radar system, which was flown out from Sydney on the 5th of February 42, and it was erected here. Here being straight out to sea. Fanny Bay being just over there. Well, as it turns out, Darwin does have beaches, and they're in the northern suburbs. They're about 100 metres down that way. There's a main beach. About another 500 metres beyond that, there's a nude beach. Officially designated as such. This is all part of the Dripstone Casual Park, Casuarina Coastal Reserve. This is Dripstone Park. Picnic area. There's a surf club nearby. The beaches, you can take your dog for a walk or your horse for a walk. It really is very nice down here. There's the ocean bit right behind us. The weather was like this 12 months of the year, a bloke could definitely live in Darwin. Darwin's got a lot of little nature areas. They've been well kept. One such little area. Mangroves and I assume they're mangroves. This has got to be a waterway to the ocean, obviously, because which is right behind us, incidentally. Because I mean, just look at the watermarks on those trees there. How far up the mud goes. It's obviously got to be the rise and fall of the tide. We're walking up to the wharf. Heritage Wharf Precinct, WW2 Oil Storage Tunnel on the far furthest. Okay, we're about to go into the tunnel. So this is the number 5 tunnel going in under the city. Okay, that's storage tunnel number 6 is about 78 feet long, or 78 metres long. Pumping station number 2 major pumps. When you move right out, maybe. Five is 171 metres long, it's 4.5 metres wide and 5 metres high. It would hold 38,475 million litres. This wasn't so much designed to hold barrels of oil. Oil was designed to be in here on its own. Tracks on the floor are not designed for charts, they are actually drainage channels. All along the tunnel there are these pictures of what happened during the First War, during the first bombing. Well, we stood on the pier earlier reading the plaque. That was it. That's the Stoke Story Wharf. It's after it's been bombed. There's another tunnel on the other side of the wall. That one's not open to the public. But all this is all sandstone that these things are buried in. As a result, there's moisture coming in from all sides. When they built the walls, they didn't waterproof them as such. But therefore, they've got rusted over the years, and any oil that can be stored in here now would get contaminated. That's the length of the tunnel. Names are indicated on the walls. So often the pictures all the way along. So you can see the actual walls are rusting through. All that spots there, the rust holes. And this is on the way out. Back out to the front, where we started from. And this is the view from Survivors Lookout. Now, according to this, these buildings are the Government House Administrator's Office, which is the original courthouse and police station. It was built in 1884. 1942, the Navy took them over and then controlled them until such time as their partial destruction by Cyclone Tracy in December 74. Reconstruction of the buildings were officially reopened on December the 24th, 1981, and it says will be used as offices for the present administrator of the Northern Territory, Commodore E.E. Johnson. I'm not sure whether they're still being used as Government House buildings or not, but I think not, because that doesn't really look like these buildings. Let's go and have a look from further away. They really do look quite specky. Now that's parking for the Administrator's Office. This is the Supreme Court. This is at the back of the old courthouse and police station. Really quite lovely gardens. Well looked after. Something else overlooking the harbour. It was pretty severely damaged during the war in that first bomb raid. There were subsequently another 60 odd bomb raids on Darwin, but none as destructive as the first one. And this building, I understand, is Parliament House. Now, I need to check this, but I'm just heading out to East Point, to the Military Museum, and we have taken video and photos of this particular area here where the tide is right out and those trees standing pretty much just in the water. Now this is around about 11 o'clock in the morning, the tide is in, and look where it is. That was a complete Japanese bomb. That was the tailpiece after one had actually exploded. There was definitely a very real range of gear displayed at this museum. This is actually a dummy gun, and there was a heap of these things made and photographed from the air. They look like the real thing. The idea was to make the Japanese think that we had a whole lot more firepower than what we actually did, and for a while it worked. This is currently part of our current artillery, very much high-tech and up-to-date. In actual fact, it's a Portuguese cannon, I think was cast some 300 years ago. And this here is the number 2 gun emplacement site. This is obviously the turntable for the gun emplacement. Recommendations were made in 1925 to establish battery 9.2 inch guns in Darwin. It wasn't approved until 1941. I'll be able to throw those up on your car. With the original guns being sold for scrap, tapping the barrel of this thing is obviously, very obviously, a replica. And this is the view from the top of the gun tower. Birds taking the view. The mobile workshop. Now we'll go back to the truck, back in to do necessary repairs. This little devil's actually a buffalo. It's a water, an amphibious vehicle. But unfortunately, only was any good in really calm water. Otherwise, it took in too much sea if it was too choppy. Designed in Australia originally, it was sold to America. Possibly a recovered boiler from a sunken boat. Nothing to say what it is. Well, I got that all wrong. The Buffalo, that little bloke I was showing you was actually a Bren gun carrier. This is the Buffalo amphibious vehicle. Huge. And of course that's the loading platform on the back. Unloading platform into the beach. This is a paravane they were used in minesweeping operations during the war. They also deployed in practice drags that's towed behind a powered vessel. This one, as you can see by the holes inside, have been struck several times by a 30mm machine gun fire while in tow. This bell was believed to have been the first bell rung to warn people of the impending attack. It was apparently a corporal saw the planes coming and rang the bell. It's certainly worth a look. It's a very comprehensive look at what happened here. Well, the year's 1942-45. Now just over the road from the museum is this piece. Let's go and have a look at that. We saw the gun emplacement in its supposed proper state. This is the gun turntable area here. Up there is where the gun would be, pointing out to sea. And here is where the ammunition was obviously held. There, here's something loaded into the gun supplies. This oil code is a hole, of course, so maybe the more ammunition magazines are stored underground. One would imagine that during the war this would have been pretty much heavily camouflaged in the type of trees and things that we see over there. It would have been sitting out like a sore thumb, like it is now. Okay, just across the way from where we've been, these are 6-inch gun emplacements. Here's the magazine. Just across the way. There's a way to this.
Ouch! Hey, there's a hole up there.
That tells us we're going to get a tetanus shot.
This is Fanny Bay Gaol. Maybe this is a sign that we could open the shop. This is obviously the main yard. And obviously the prisoners were forced to eat. Is that what that's all about?
Now, where do you want the box? Because I'll take the truck in.
Okay, so this is currently a kitchen area. Just had explained to me that all that outside there is a race club is coming here to watch the sunset this evening. And a group of officers, prison officers supposedly, are going to come out, herd them into the jail. They'll be forced to eat prison gruel and then they'll be fined. All in the course of Rotary. What a great idea. These doorways certainly weren't built for blokes my size. And again, I suppose by the time I finished in here, I'd be able to clean them out. Cell block A. Cell block B. The cell blocks A and B are the maximum security cell blocks, and that building was constructed in 1883. Cells always contained a minimum of 3 prisoners, so I felt this would reduce the likelihood of sexual behaviour between prisoners. Come. This is the women's section. They were given a separate accommodation at Fanny Bay Gaol in 1928, but this building was constructed sometime after 56. The section also features a flower and vegetable garden, which were tended by the female prisoners. Now, again, to get into the ladies' area, you have to go through a cage. But what I don't understand is the levers. Some of you remember from my young days in mailings. Concrete troughs or a copper. This is the children's section, which was constructed sometime after 1963 to house prisoners which the administration felt required separate handling. Juvenile offenders, inmates with contagious diseases such as leprosy, and in the 70s, refugee Vietnamese boat people. All nicely open, so that everybody can see whether you're having a squat or what you're doing. Community shower and another community toilet. These two cells here are the solitary confinement cells. One of them was originally padded so that the prisoner didn't hurt themselves, and for a while the mentally disturbed people also were housed here because there was no other facilities for them in Darwin. Out here is the recreation area. And also a shower and toilet block. This building is the infirmary, and it was originally located outside the walls of the jail. In 1952, the boundary fence was extended to include the infirmary. It was used for the execution of two young men convicted of the murder of a Darwin taxi driver. There's the gallows. The gallows lead obviously behind the wall so that the executioner obviously couldn't see what was going on behind it. Well, there are two holding cells inside the infirmary. One of them was for the two condemned men, and one was for the executioner. This building here was obviously the workshop, carpentry area. Okay, hidden around the back blocks of Fanny Bay is this little doozy. 1934 Qantas Hangar. Old Qantas Hangar is home of the Motor Vehicle Enthusiast Club Incorporated. Let's go and have a look. It's certainly an accumulation of equipment in here. And here, working on an old studio. I have to do a tap at some point.
That one.
There's a whole pile of stationary motors here. Look at this one. The building sprite. CF. Smaller and smaller. Bases. Beautifully restored. Double set on the grey polish. Now there was my favourite Austin Nearly. They've got a sexy bum on them. It's like a copper. So it's got bigger wheels and heavy guards for it. The plate says it all. 27 strip capital. Already equipment. There's an old AEC. That one's a few years old. Boom. Our mobile vacuum oil company. 28 Model A. Two-seater. Boo. Don't worry about this thing here, eh? Rolling busy. Pretty simple dashboard, the old AEC. And another 28 model Ford. One with a back seat. Very different to the 1927 Dodge. And a different Dodge right alongside it. There's an old Chevy. That's what we showed you earlier on. Old Dennis fire engine. A Mack. And another Dennis from a Northern Territory Fanny Bay Gaol. Oh, those little Chevy army truck things. And yet more stationary engines. Stationary engines? Look at this lot along here. Two rows of them. And more of the buggers. This is a fascinating display. Did someone mention pumps? Jacks. Mention telephones. Communications gear. Even back in those days. 6 sold phones. Tools. Jacks. More tools. Grease guns. Drills. We've got everything here. More jacks. Lathes. Grinding wheels. This is fascinating. If you get these old berths just here as well. Another collection of jacks. What oil, sir? And other vehicles in varying states of repair or awaiting repair. Or a name badge of some sort. Spanners. Welding stuff. More telephones. Testing equipment. But hang on a minute, you got to put the oil in with something. Why not loyalty? Fuel. And mobile gas. between COR, the Colonial Oil Refineries. Shell. Collection of small cars. A small collection of cars, or a collection of cars. What about that one? And then a few others as well. Some light reading, motor engineering, science and mechanics. Matchy toys type thing. Now, as it turns out, the club actually only owns a couple of vehicles out here. The rest of them are all the remnants of an exhibition that was held over the weekend, sponsored by Shannon's, which is why the Shannon stickers on most of the cars. There's one gentleman here who was the original Holden dealer in Darwin, who owns just about everything else. And the club members, they want to work on their cars, they come in, they can use any of his gear as long as they replace what they break. So why is this hangar sitting in the middle of suburban Fanny Bay? Well, the Fanny Bay Gaol, behind it, they built an airstrip, the first airstrip in Darwin, and it was built mainly for planes coming in a London to Darwin air race in 1920. So the airstrip was just down the road and the hangar was built here. The hangar remains. Ross Smith Drive used to be the airstrip. It's now one of them.
If you enjoyed this video, there are over 500 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.